welcome back to my stream. I want to give a shout out to Mez09 and I'm so sorry, I'm going to mispronounce your username. I want to thank Sidio for following me on Twitch. I have actually recently done a read out loud or open mic reading along of my prologue for my NaNoWriMo project, and the reason why I didn't get to stream the other two times was mostly because I was having health problems once again, to a point where I couldn't tell if it was one thing or another. But I am doing much better, in case you're wondering. And even better yet, I actually made it to my word go of the week, not NaNoWriMo itself. No, not yet. We're not there yet. But we are at 22k for the week, and I'm aiming to see if I can get a little bit double that this week. I highly doubting it, but you know, you gotta do what I gotta do. In any case, we're gonna go ahead and start the stream. I just want to let you guys know ahead of time that I am gonna have some food here coming. I forgot about the fact that things got dark, and I almost forgot about streaming today, but don't worry, I got you. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and yeah. Continue. Yes. And of course my TikTok goes off. Now you want to go off. We are at the trial for the alleged stabbing of this woman character we have yet to meet. I don't know who it is. Or, I mean, simply put, I don't know who it is. I don't know who the woman is and how... I mean, she didn't die, so she's fine. She's fine enough. Let me just turn off my sound, actually. Because it's going to get annoying if it's going to be like that. Alright. Sorry. Alright, let's get going. Well, I never expected this. Who'd have thought we'd be back here again so soon? We are on a study tour of Great Britain, with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court procedures, we need as much court experience as possible. You're right about that, Susato. Well, yes, I suppose that's true, but for the person in the dock, it may as well be their one and only time in court, and it could be life-changing. In which case, treating it as research may seem a little crass. Oh, when you put it like that, you're quite right. Good morning! Oh, okay. I forgot what he sounded like. Mr. Natsume, good morning. Oh dear, are you alright? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot. The only blood catches the worm, as they say here in Britain. Yes, I've heard of that expression. Have you, chat? I've heard of it, and I suffer through it because I'm a night owl. That's probably why I feel better doing streaming at night than I do during the day earlier. But that's how it is now. My notes. Well, R.I.P. I guess. Hi Ash, how are you doing tonight? But I really don't want to catch a worm. So I tried desperately not to wake up early, but I was so worried I couldn't catch a wink. Me, anytime when there's any hint of anxiety. And now, I'm absolutely exhausted as a result. You're so tired, but the academic grind goes on. Are you taking a break at least? Did you finish what you can do today? Because there's always tomorrow. And if the professors don't understand that, I'm gonna go fight them. Do all literary people take things so literally? Yes. Yes, Rinosuke, we do. That is our lot in life. Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsume. Oh yeah, you can actually see his bloodshot eyes. Holy shit. I wish I had 9 lives. My whole future hangs in the balance. I'm too terrified to tremble. And yet here you are trembling. Really? Because I could feel tremors on the floor. I can do this. I can't take it. Although, welcome student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. It looked like the opening night of the opera. There were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London. Well, you know, you are nosy. Like, that's really all that is. Oh, neither did I. Do you know why that might be, Miss Susato? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea. So that all-knowing look on your face is just coincidence then, is it? Don't hide the truth from me! It's because of the Reaper, isn't it? Lord Van Zeeks? Is he gonna do the leggy again? Is that right, Miss Susato? I purchased as many different newspapers as I could find this morning, and yes, Lord Van Zeeks is on the front page of every one. I knew it! Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he stopped appearing in court, it seems. It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday. Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? Thank goodness for this, Rika. Hey there, Big Sexy. The trial 2 days ago marked Lord Van Zeek's return to the courtroom after a very long hiatus. The trial of Magnus McGilded. What a harrowing experience that was. I believe that appearance made even greater waves here in the capital than today's. Are we ever gonna find out what happened to him? I hope so, because I'd like to know too. Like, hello? But we wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in the country. Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon for what appears to be a mundane murder? That's the question the papers are asking, and they're all speculating some various answers. Mundane? Mundane? And my food has arrived. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna be eating here, and there. Anyways, I got food. I got my own dinner meat, so that's why I titled it in the thing that there is food ASMR. So, just an FYI. Sorry, just getting my drink ready. Can't have meats without drinks. Mundane? Mundane? It's the most significant saga of the century to some of us. Oh dear. I meant no offense, Mr. Natsume. But that is how the papers are describing it. Well, media's gonna media, I guess. That's how it be, right? This bitch on the earth, as the famous Luigi says. Well, lest we also forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention. But there's another blatant similarity with the trial of 2 days ago. Yes, I agree. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. It's you! So, what? Is everyone nosy about us? Huh? Me? Well, I suppose that's true. Both times, it is you who stands against this legendary prosecutor. It can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper! No, that's the wrong conclusion, my guy. Please, I don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers? I'm afraid there's really only one other explanation. It can only be another example, Mr. Naruhodo, of your uncommon bad luck. Yeah, that seems to apparently plague this family, damn. Thanks for that. Oh, this is just my luck. Why must I be represented by a man with such frail fortune? Dude, you're not helping yourself. By the least lucky lawyer alive! Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you. Damn, he's like, dude, I'm being serious right now. This is serious shit that, you know... Yes, it's true that I'm just a student, new to London, with little in the way of experience, of skills, or luck. But I promise you this: I will fight your corner until the bitter end, and I will believe in you, Mr. Natsume. Oh, benevolent locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. So is this dude against us or for us? Make up your mind. You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume. Whatever happens, we will always be on your side. Oh, benevolent non-locum assistant Miss Mikotoba Esquire. I am in your debt forever! I shall never forget this moment, Mr. Natsume. Counsel for the defense. Damn it, I didn't read it all. The court session is about to begin. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once. Alright. Alright then, Mr. Natsume. It's time. Let us go. Yes! Here we go. Chat. What do you think is gonna happen? Who do you think actually did stab the random woman? And why? This is it. My second appearance in a British courtroom. And my second trial against the Reaper. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. I miss you, Big Sexy. Because this time, I won't let my faith waver. I'll believe in my client to the last. Just like you believed in me. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. Hell yeah, King! Let's get this bread! And I'm gonna eat this bread right now. Hell yeah. Now, what buffoonery is gonna befall us in court? Oh, it's different people this time. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is fully prepared, my lord. Oh god, he's so sexy. The defense is ready, my lord. Just gotta eat this bread real quick, my lord, and then we'll go. The Nipponese are truly a fascinating breed. Why you gotta say it like that? I'm seriously tired of this shit. Sorry, what? Lord Strongheart has told me all about you. That you are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago. A mere amateur. Do you have a point? Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance. Can we not? You're supposed to be sexy, not racist. Holy shit. forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Susato-san. Hell yeah, queen. Stand up for this bullshit. This is annoying. Like, it really is. Like, I'm trying to enjoy big, sexy, leggy man here. And he's here being racist. Like, can we please not? Like, I'm so tired. Susato-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. Very true, and a most fascinating, if dark trial it was, too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course. Here's to the acquitted and to his unfortunate violent end. Ugh. Thank you, counsels. I see both sides are in fine fettle. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? You never know what you might be down on your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone. Wait a minute, isn't that the gay banker that we nearly accused of murder before? Hello? Is that even legal? Well, it probably is. It is an ace attorney case. After all, why wouldn't it be illegal? Oh, hello! Hello, that's the same guy. Unless they're just reusing the sprites? Huh? Sorry, I'm just trying to open my food. Don't splatter, please don't splatter. I am begging you, please don't splatter. We did it. We did it, chat. The food, the dinner meats, my dinner meats did not splatter. And if you need a sign to get your dinner meats, this is your sign. Now go get your food. Go get your dinner meats. Well, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I am here. I'm sure you are, honey. I'm sure you are. Oh well, not to me. What you see is what you get. I'm a peace-loving fellow. Oh my god, chat! We got another twink! We got another twink! Ow. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my fork out. Ah. No. Is this it? No! Okay. Ah. He did it! What, the twink? We gotta obliterate this twink too? Okay, the fork is out. I'm afraid to say I think quite possible that mustache foreigner did the deed. Is that lady? Is the wife. Yeah, the wife. Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway. Yeah, I was gonna say that's the dude's wife. This is dude. Hello? Sorry, didn't quite catch that. Very well, let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Van Zeeks. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with a rising power in the Far East. The accused in the dock today is a student from that same land. A certain Mr. Soseki Natsume. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes, regrettably, the kindness have not been returned. In fact, this student is accused of a most sinister act. He just threw it in there! Hello? Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. A knife crime? I tell you from bitter experience, those are the worst. Bloody oath they are. Just look at that sallow complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese. Oh god, I'm gonna swing at this white woman. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna swing at her. Come on, let's get this over with me, everyone. With me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, didn't quite catch that. Pray, forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in this great chamber. It's okay, you're big sexy. Just shut the fuck up. Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. Okay, so we got our gumshoe coming in. Your name and occupation, please. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard. Would you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector? The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green. I beg your pardon, Inspector. Thought to be? Yes, having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. That was 3 days ago now, and she's been comatose ever since then. Are we sure she's still alive? Well, it might be medically induced, but were they even able to do that like back then? Someone fact check me. What? So they don't even know who she is for sure? Comatose, I see. But her life is not in danger? Fortunately, for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder. Okay, so we're not doing a murder case for once. That's actually interesting. But obviously, I think this is like aggravated assault or something. I don't know how British law works. Obviously, it ain't British. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector. Sir, if I could ask everyone to look at this street map. Okay, we're doing maps now, chat. We're doing maps. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago, at around 5 in the afternoon. It happened on the pavement running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles. It had not long since stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Interesting. Luckily, the young lady's life was spared, and she currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. But being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is the case file with everything we knew about the victim so far. Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept the documents as evidence if you please. Okay, so we need to take a look at that. Let me go take a bite. And we'll take a look at that. Alright, sexy, hold on a second. Okay, so let's examine this. Okay, just to kind of recap. So the customer, our client did go to the bookstore. For 2 shillings, he bought 3 books. A picture of Monsieur Lecoq? Lecoq? I don't know how to... Lecoq? I don't fucking know. A meal for Gabrielle? Gaborel? I have no fuck. This sounds French to me. And the Canterbury Yearnings. Sounds sassy. Okay, so he bought those 3 at the bookstore. So at 4:45, he was the lady was allegedly stabbed at about 5 o'clock, right? So hold on. Let's look at the map. Okay, fuck me. Never mind, because I was gonna say like because I think the distance between the bookstore and where she was stabbed is actually pretty important, because if she was stabbed here and if he is the accused, I mean, I could definitely see like maybe not the murder, but the assaulter probably ran into him on their own, like when they were trying to escape. So my game theory is essentially that maybe that the bookstore is actually farther away than what they thought, and it just so happens that Mr. Soseki was, you know, like around the general area, and because he's Japanese and they're all racist and xenophobic, they accused him straight up. So
Yeah.
that's my game theory so far. So here's the details. The young woman was rendered unconscious following a stab wound to the back. She was in her 20s, early 20s. She's stout. This was located on Briar Road on the east side, and the reporting officer is a dude named Rolly Beat. Additional notes: the victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Other details are unknown. Now, question: that could be stolen though. That could be stolen. So, But for now, we just know her as who she is. Apart from the single stab wound from the large knife, no other signs of injury were observed. The assailant was seen running away by the reporting officer and was successfully arrested the following day. So, again, I still think I just don't know where the bookstore is, or at least I don't remember where the bookstore is, and I do think that's gonna be a factor. I just hope no fucking weird ass shenanigans happen so we can actually solve something and figure out who the actual guy is, or the assaulter. So, but let's go look at the peoples. I think that might be important. Okay, so Joan Garr, she's obviously, she is in attendance. So they do confirm that Joan is in attendance as a member of the jury on this day. A retired man, he looks like Saint Pepsi. A prosecutor who's a big hottie, but she's unconscious. I guess I'm just more curious on what's going on with her. Like, why did they make her go unconscious? Is it medically induced, or was it really that shocking? Because I mean, I would believe it either way. Like, I'm not gonna be mad if whatever happens. What of the weapon that was used? Sir, I have it here. It was removed from the victim's back. Okay, so that was still in there, and knowing, you know, around this time, they ain't doing forensics, they ain't checking for forensics. So I can already tell you that's fucked. Ouch! That big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street now. A heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have with the blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab that poor woman. Even the scragged-looking Sosuke-san, I suppose. But don't think like that, dude. Don't think like that about your own client. Rinosuke, do you have a sword? Oh god, I'm thinking about that fucking... I'm thinking about the Persona 4, Hi, I'm Daisy, Yeah, no. I'm trying to remember the quote. Common or garden jackknife, I would say. Rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts this plate as evidence. Okay, cool. So let's look at that. Let's actually look at that, because I feel like there may be more to the eye than what thought. Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume? Well, yeah, that's another question. Like, why would he do that? Like, that is kind of stupid if they did. Okay, so let me... yeah, that's a big knife. That is, yeah, wait. Is it just me as a tip? Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spotted, Mrs. Sato. I wonder what could have happened to it. Yes. You don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you? Actually, that's a reasonable assumption. Oh dear. I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful. Okay. Doesn't seem to be anything sassy enough to upgrade. Okay, yeah, there's nothing else right now. They cleaned it? From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. So why did she get stabbed? If not for... Okay, I hate to say it like this. If not for money. Hard to imagine she would have had anything much worth pinching, my lord. I see. But in that case, I'll be looking at some deep-seated resentment towards the victim. Well, again, I don't think the guy knows her. Gotta be careful not to make a mess. Chat, make sure you eat. And get your water. Go get your dinner, Miss Ash. I'm afraid I couldn't say. Apart from visiting second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim. Go make ramen. Go make the ramen. And if you have eggs, fry the egg. Or poach it. Poach it, fry the egg, boil the egg. Do something with the egg that's cooked and put it in the ramen. You need your nutrients. Ramen doesn't have any nutrients except sodium city. So like, yeah. But that goes to anybody else out there. Yes! Okay, where are we saying yes to? If theft and grievance have been ruled out as a motive, what reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have for stabbing the young woman again? Yeah, you arrested the man in spite of that, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way.
Objection!
Oh, shut your bitch ass up, for real. That's a legitimate... He just threw it? Pray, forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery. I do hope nobody was hurt. Hello? But your words have soured the towel bouquet. Do the leggy thing. For it is you, my learned friend, who has been heavy-handed here. God, I wish that were me. What? What is he talking about? Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. Are we sure about that, man Zeeks? Hello? We are now getting into a whole ass debate. Even though I'm American, that's all I'm gonna say. Are you sure about that? Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary, I have no idea how to fucking say that word, came to arrest a Nipponese student. Yes, sir. God, I'm so tired. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm yelling. Okay, so what's new? As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good, and there was no one else about but the victim and the accused. Are you sure about that? Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Those being a number of old books he just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems. Same, so same. I'm so fucking clumsy, it's stupid. I'm too old to be a YA protagonist. But like, if a YA protagonist grows up to be an adult protagonist in those books, that would be me. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to, and we found the bloke to arrest him. Why can't y'all just be normal about it and just like return them? Just be normal. Holy shit. If Twilight can be a YA fiction, you can bend the rules. You're absolutely right, and you should say it. Old books, you say? Yes, my lord. I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime, taken immediately after the incident. Oh no, we're gonna see this poor woman like this. No, oh no. This is bad. This is really bad. Oh yes, that's in there deep. Oof, oof. Thank God this girl didn't die. No. Ah, yes, I can clearly see the books to which you are referring. That sure is a stabbing. Yeah, right. I will take that photographic print as evidence, please. Okay, so we got that into evidence, so I guess we're just gonna have to expect it. Your nipple knees off, spineless breed. Too cowardly to admit defeat. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up about this! Shut up about this! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Seriously, it is annoying. Oh my good golly gosh. Alright, there's nothing here that we can really look at. This poor woman. This is actually a really bloodless stabbing, I will say. Okay, that's no. This is really a bloodless stabbing. Holy shit. Like, usually stabbings are like real. Oh, you know what? They should have checked his hands. Usually when you handle a knife, and this is because I watch a lot of true crime and a lot of writer research. When you handle a knife and you're doing a stabbing, even if it was like that, there might be. Oh no, wait. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this already. Fuck. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Oh my god. Writer research bucket boy. No! I didn't do nothing. It wasn't me. It was the characters. Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Then what's the point of having court if you're just gonna, like, I don't know, fucking know, comment on every time we try to defend ourselves? I'm tired of you. Like, I'm tired. I'm so tired of this. Get a life. Get a fucking hobby. Like, this is annoying. Like, ugh. Well, forgive me, Lord Vanseeks, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it. What are you doing, Mrs. Sato? Do go on. Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, now that you mention it. When we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us what had all happened. Fuck, I don't remember. Do you remember, chat? Oh, thank God, I'm gonna do a flashback. As I was walking around on that cursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman, wearing a green overcoat she was. And just when I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed into the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. Okay, in that case, fuck, I forgot about that. Shit. Damn it. Oh, because I was gonna say, maybe they ran into him, but no. Seems more that it was just really, really bad luck, but there's just no way. Because if they're crossing right at that moment, there's no way he can reach over her and just stab her, you know. And I'm not saying this because she's a big woman. I'm saying this because you need, like, amazing reflexes to do all that. Right? You need, like, and this man does not have it. I'm telling you that right now. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran, as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. A green overcoat? Well, that's exactly what the woman had that... Well, that's exactly what the woman in that print is wearing. Oh my, a photographic print in full color. What will the world come up with next? Woman, is that all you're thinking about? The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. Yeah, you need incredible reflexes to pull that off. Like, Even if he did it, you need amazing reflexes. That does not mean that he's guilty for the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. There was nobody else there at the time, just the two of them, the victim and the accused. Well, if there was nobody there, then how did we get the story out? Fake? Hello? Stupid. In other words, there is nobody else who could possibly have stabbed the woman. A fact that the accused concedes. No, I mean, what? You want us to deny reality? There's protecting our client, and then there's denying reality. To deny that she got stabbed is like the stupidest thing you could think of. Like, this comment doesn't even make sense. Stupid. Sexy. It seems that this cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance. Local prosecutor gaslights entire... Basically, that's what he does. That's what all prosecutors do. At least afterwards, like, eventually, like, alright. God, this man. He's so stupid and he's so fucking sexy. As I said, okay. Okay, under the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind. Wait, hold on a second. Fuck, I wish I could just look at it.
Objection!
Is this what he was referring to? Let's just consider the implications of that statement for a moment, shall we? What implications, counsel? Nothing strikes about me about it. Exactly. There's nothing. God damn it! I think I'm going too far ahead. I hate it when the game does that. God damn! Fuck you, Grandpa. I need to clear my head and come at this again from a different angle. Son of a bitch. Oh wait, I think I know what I did.
Hold it!
Yeah, okay. I think I was supposed to talk to, and then the defendant apparently visits a second-hand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, so I understand. A shop full of the old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention. But you're still gonna be you're still gonna be a bitch about it, aren't you? The bloke's room was stacked full to ceiling with those musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Yeah, most importantly, I just want to know where it is. Like, where is it? I need a reminder. Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. The closest second-hand bookshop for the accused's lodgings is this place here. Bourbon Books. Hold on. Wait a minute. Bourbon? Bourbon? No! He went to another one called Your. And this was at 4:45. Okay, there's just no way. There's just no way. See, I think I did get ahead of myself. A little place on the corner of Friar Road and Mersham Street. I think I'm saying that. I'm sorry, British people. As it happens, the accused is currently living in lodgings on the other side of Friar Road on the opposite end. Which means that it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. But the problem is that's not the one he went to. He went to a one called Yor. Oh, fuck. Okay, so the map's updated. Cool. My bad, I didn't read that part. I got a little too excited. Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home from that particular shop. Mr. Naruhodo, I think what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance. Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. The most important part, the bookshop's name. The name! The name! Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? Walt. Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Maybe. Oh, well, you know, I mean, yes, it could be a very important clue. Very well. Not that I can see it being of any great significance. Old man, I will fight. I will fight Santa Claus. But please revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector. At least I don't have to explain why I have to do it. Like, you know, that would actually be really annoying. Yes, sir, my lord. Whatever you say. Could the man be any more sardonic? Oops. There's always way from home. Now. Now.
Hold it!
No! Oh, I didn't mean to do it. God damn it. So the shop is called Bourbon Books, is it? That's right. That's the closest second-hand bookshop to the accused's lodgings. And to get from there back to his room. Yes, I know. I made a mistake. He would have gone right past the very spot where the incident took place. If I could just confirm one point, can we be sure that the defendant really did visit Bourbon Books on the day in question? Well, we haven't actually confirmed, no. You haven't confirmed it? Why the devil not, Inspector? Well, the thing is, there was shopkeeper gone on a trip, you see, left the morning after the incident to collect more stock, I'm told. God, imagine just working in an old bookshop, just vibing. Crimes happen outside, but you're still vibing. So we haven't been able to ask if the bloke if the accused visited his shop on the day in question or not. Well, in that case, what did the defendant himself have to say about it? No recollection. What? No, we have proof. According to the statement he made at the time, the accused has no recollection of where he'd been. Of course he doesn't. The bloke clearly has his head in the clouds whenever he's walking about town. He claims he just wanders into whatever bookshop he happens to be passing and rarely notices the name. Same, King, same. I should say the man ought to learn to look where he's going at the very least. So, it's just as I thought then. Is something the matter? Inspector, you may continue with your testimony. Okay, so we got that out the way. Doesn't matter working out. I want that. I want to go back. No! Why does it do that? I don't want to do that! What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? If you're unable to sway the judge during his cross-examination, I'm afraid that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed. Yes, they're sure to find him guilty. So one way or another, I have to expose an undeniable inconsistency in this inspector's testimony. I know, but that wasn't the button I meant to push. Can I just like skip all this? Let's see. No, I can't. Okay. Okay, so this. I meant to press E.
Objection!
There we go. We did it. We got to the right part. If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson. What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 second-hand books. And you found that in the accused's room, did you? Yes, but the point is not where the accept receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books. Oh, I get it. Your Books. Get it? Your Books. Y-O-R-E, I presume. Yes, my lord. So Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase, why are you booing me? It's the game! Yes, my lord. So Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books. Eh? What? Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop? Yes, sir. Your Books is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that, well, it's such a small place, I didn't think the accused would have known about it. He's a book nerd. Of course he would know about it, and he's a literature student. Come on now. That's such a stupid fucking excuse.
Objection!
But, in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it.
Objection!
Yes, and for what difference does it make? The time, you dummy! Whenever the man purchases musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis.
Objection!
I disagree. I mean, after all, I have the street map here, if that might be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. I'm calling all my books musty tomes, right? Right, same here. Have a look at this, please. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, if we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books, it may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true? My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare that it may be a possibility. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? Is what you just said? Absolutely. It could absolutely be right. Inspector Gregson, where is this Your Books establishment? Well, obviously we looked into that. It's gonna be on the other side. It's gonna be on the other side of the fucking, it's gonna be on the other side of the road. Nowhere near the crime scene. It turns out that Your Books is just here on the next corner of Meerschaum Street, going east. Okay. So that's a 15-minute walk. And there you have it, as you can clearly see now. Oh. Oh no, what do you mean, oh? What do you mean, oh? When did he get a new one? My learned friend, Nipponese friend. My learned Nipponese friend is obviously training to be a clown. The way he regales us with such witticisms. Okay, bitch, shut the fuck up. That's actually, if you weren't so racist, that'd be hilarious. What? To your future career in the circus. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. You're not supposed to be attractive. And yet. can't. I'm dying here. You put that glass down now, or I'll put it down for you. Hell yeah. Threaten him, Queen. I didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here I go. If the accused was coming home from your books instead of bourbon books, it would still take him a long ass time. There's no doubt he would still have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. I hate this. This is awful in every conceivable way. Yes, thank you, Inspector. Allow me to reiterate for my learned if somewhat slow Nipponese friend. Oh my god. Wherever the man punches his musty tombs, it makes no difference in the final analysis. As I suspected, you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try. What did I say? I've had enough of this now. Beg your pardon? Terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that? Why is this Osan here? Hello? Someone get their grandpa. Mr. Naruto, you mustn't give up. What do you mean? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. She's absolutely right. You must think. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. They claim Soseki-san must have passed the location of the incident. They claim Soseki-san must have passed the location of the incident on his way home, but from your books, but no. No, he's not. Obviously, we believe in him. The assertion just means that the prosecution... Alright. The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. Honestly, I'd probably be dumb enough to take the longer route. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked.
Objection!
Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that. Man, this man is full of good quotes. I hate this. He's so big sexy. That route is what is commonly referred to as the long way around. On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home? Well, maybe he picks something to eat. Who fucking knows? The answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime.
Objection!
He's not. No, I'm telling you, he's not. But, aha! Yes, I've got it. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home. Yeah, that's fairly logical. That's a fairly logical conclusion to make. I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection. God damn it, Natsume. Kinda useless right now. That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home. I don't believe this! I thank you, my learned friend. I'd suggest we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say you insightful judges? But even if that is the case, the defense still... Oh, god damn it. They're all... we gotta deal with these assholes. I agree with Lord Van Six, wholeheartedly and in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean... We members of the jury are completely convinced now. Very well. In that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court. We barely got started. What? Hello?
Guilty!
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
I hate all of this.
Guilty.
I hate all of this.
Guilty.
Even Grandpa? Wait, what? Yeah, right, they have voices. It would appear that the jury's leaning is unanimous. Did we lose? Did we just lose? Hello? To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You served Queen and country admirably. Mr. Naruhodo. Same, Renosuke. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of those scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow. Those are the eyes of a quarry not yet willing to give up and die. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial. Rights of defense written into antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquity. I cannot say it. I used to know how to say it. I know how to say it. Call it antiquated. I don't know. Call it that word if you will. But it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. We're just gonna go ahead and pull that shit again, huh? In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with the Presumation Examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm all too familiar with that Nepalese whippersnapper and his own uncle's refusal to throw it in his alley. That is the gay banker! Man, what the fuck? Very, very well then. Hold on, let me just finish this off now. Got some good eats. Chat, make sure you eat too. If you haven't eaten yet, I'm gonna fight you. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will explain on what grounds you have determined for the defendant to be guilty. Go eat, Ash. Damn it. Alright, here we go. For pity's sake, that little Nepalese oddity already admitted to himself, didn't he? Go turn on the kettle. If he said that the woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why, it can only have been the victim. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. Not in winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. I really don't care. Can't we wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing. Your books. Yes, no shop that, but bourbon books. No, not worth a visit. Okay, Gramps. With only minor exceptions, the reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear. Yeah, it's called racism. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim and her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I mean, I think most people would. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Oh dear, even the judge appears to be convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacked her that nobody else could see? This is impossible. How could I possibly make a case for the defense? Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling. If we want to force the trial to continue... Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds. Ah, we rhymed. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your submission explanation. Yes, my lord. Alright. Exactly. I just need to keep this trial going somehow. Whatever it takes. Come on, Renosuke. You can do it. Well. Alright. And Grex is just staring at us from the sides like some kind of bitch. For pity's sake, blah blah blah, you're racist. He said this woman here. A man would have gone around houses on his way back to the bookshop, not in winter. Nope. I really don't care. Well, what is it you gotta do, sir? A man's life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too, and so is my family's. Ah, the likes of you won't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. Well, the government's supposed to pay you, buddy. I don't know. Well, then again, I think in America you actually do get paid to do jury duty. I don't know about UK. Someone can fact check me on that. If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do the wife and kids. Oh, I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs to be doing. If you're late and the work's taking its toll. This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's a hot slog from dawn till dusk days. So, you were out digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just round the corner from where it all happened. By the old bookshop it was. What? Another coincidence? That's right. Mersham Street it was. Mersham Street. On the map, Naruhodo, there are only 3 named streets. Juror number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. What's the point in that? Can't we just get this business over with now? Please, sir, it's important. Fine, I'll do it then. We got them DSL too. On the day it happened, I was digging in Mersham Street from dawn until dusk. Okay, good. We can check out the court records. Actually, let me look at it. So, Mersham Street. If they were digging, there's just no way he would take that direction. There's no... That would be stupid. So he would have no other choice but to take the other one, right? Hold on a second. Alright, can I finally go back? No, like, why do I have to be pixel perfect? Sends a shiver down my spine to hear the members of the jury so convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt. But I can't help feeling that some of their opinions are rather subjective. I agree. It's the irrelevance of what some of them are saying that sends a shiver down my spine. Still, at least some of their assertions don't actually incriminate Mr. Natsume of anything. That's something. We must use that to our advantage, Mr. Naruhodo. Cunningly! Yes, you're right. Let's listen to the jurors carefully. And if their assertions are at odds, I'll pit them mercilessly against you. She's really like, I'm gonna put them in the cage, but I don't give a shit. Same. Same. Yes, don't hold back. Pit them all against each other. Damn, so soft is off for blood. Man, fuck this guy. Fuck him. I hate him. Me and my homies hate him. No. Yeah? Because the other man was working. No, not Osa. And we're putting you guys against each other. Those two statements are clearly at odds with one another. I told counsel, explain yourself. Please, to the point, it wasn't me, I swear. Guilty conscience? What? I just want to get this done and dusted. Well, juror number 3? Oh, Misa, what do you mean? What do you mean? Juror number 5's were just now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's being said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsume visited this bookshop to purchase a number of secondhand books. And on the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Mersham Street, making it impossible. Which means that the defendant's route home could not have taken him along Mersham Street and down Briar Road. Oh, yes, of course! What do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that really, can you? We must have had a good 2 yards or more of this pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. So, the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings, and also consider the time. 4:45? Yes, I suppose he must have. I suppose that must be right, eh? Juror number 3, you said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. But we see now that he had no choice. Yes! My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may? Yes? I don't think in all good conscience that I could say the man's guilty now. Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. Okay, so we managed to convince one guy. Whew! Dodge that bullet. What about you, sir? Who, me? Well, alright then. If there's a hole in the prosecutor's argument, then it should be filled in, that's what I say. Y'all are so easy to change minds. It's annoying. It's really annoying. I suffer. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. That was wonderful. Well, we managed to change a couple of minds at least. It straightened our position somewhat. Yes, and it will prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider their stance as well. They'll be asking themselves if their current leanings are really right or not. Now, if we could just identify one more clue or discrepancy, that would make them stop doubting Mr. Natsume. We might be able to tip the balance completely. Yes, that's exactly what we gotta do. Hell yeah, Queen, let's get this shit going. Ben Seeks is looking to bring this child to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent, by whatever means we have at our disposal. Thank you, Counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. Hell yeah, we got this! I have to say, not guilty at this point, so I can see where this child goes from here. So the poor woman was attacked. I don't give a shit about you, whether it's digging up roots or digging up the truth. You've got to see it through to the end, haven't you? No. It's okay, Grandpa.
Hold it!
What do you mean by this? Oh, sorry. Hold it, you say? But what? No. What I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often? I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of tea. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. And at what time did you visit your books on the day in question? Well, I was picking up books there all afternoon, and it would have been just before 5 that I left. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. Why are these people jurying on this? This is so, like, bad. I get what they're doing for the game's sake, but this is so bad. Just before 5, he said, exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about the time? Oh, yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget that day in a hurry. Not after the dreadful time I had. What do you mean? Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and dumped my head. Oh my god, that's actually no joke. It always was after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. I really thought my number was up. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. That happened on Calabash Road? That's right. I didn't even corn pipe, you see. Heading down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books. Wait a second. Okay, where's Calabash? Oh, chat. He didn't see the victim fall. He saw this Ulsan fall. Oh, no. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. Juror number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. Huh? Sorry, extremely sick? No, I'm quite alright now. You've changed 2 of the jurors' minds, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, just 2 more to go. Deliver the finishing blow now. It's time to turn the tables here. I wish I knew how to do a Susato takedown. I suppose words will have to suffice for now. Okay, for pity's sake, blah blah blah, racist. He said that a woman in green collapsed before he... Okay, for some reason I thought it was 4 who mentioned the green. So I slipped over that evening myself on Calabash Road. I knocked myself clean out, you know. So this guy, yeah, no, definitely. I thought it would be number 4 for some reason because I thought she was remembering. Good thing I was able to go back. So
Objection.
those 2 statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reasoning. A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2? Juror number 6? My, whatever do you mean, sir? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. It's not like I was loud or anything. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found at the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books and purchased a number of second-hand titles. He then returned home on foot. But the man says he has no recollection of his return journey. Why are you sweating? Why are you sweating? Is it hot in here, Missy? That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we are well aware of all this. The poor young woman who was stabbed, obviously.
Objection!
Can we really be sure of that, madam? My, whatever do you mean? I'm sure you've heard juror number 6's account of what happened to him that day. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim, who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my! Oh. My goodness, you mean... That's right. I'm referring, of course, to the hard of hearing juror number 6. Are you really suggesting that the person in the green overcoat whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes was the jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today? That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. Whoa, look at that. My goodness me. Sorry? You need to pee? Oh god, no. No. And crucially, damn it, Renosuke. We know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell. Calabash Road. Therefore, if the person who Mr. Natsume saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene of Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh my! Oh my! You idiot old man! If you hadn't been so daft as to be roaming about there, we'd have boxed this off hours ago. And really, what were you thinking, wearing such a befuddling coat? Suddenly she turned into Irish. What did you say to me? Is it a crime for the elderly to walk on the streets these days? Is it a crime to slip over on the ice? Well, you ain't dead, so that's important here. Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat, is it? Oh my god. My lord, I do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but... You'd like to change your leaning, I presume? I do declare that I would. I should like to call for a verdict of not guilty. Sorry, my southern accent just kind of popped out there. Thank you. And I would too. What? Is it a crime to change your mind? Is it? Oh fuck, I didn't even see what he said. My bad, Grandpa. My bad. Well, at least he said yeah. He said yeah. Well, that summation examination has concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. Yeah, no joke, right? The eyes to the nose for. So the nose have it, not guilty, they say. Which means we are no longer having a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue.
Objection!
Oh, shut up. I'm tired of you. And there goes another chalice. Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection, only to crush it in disgust? His ramen is cooking. So, okay, so one, you missed. Okay, let me just think. Okay, let me put this down actually. So one, turns out that one of the jurors was working on one of the streets, and that the streets that he was working on would have, if he wasn't, then Natsume would have taken the shortest route home. But because the guy was working on the streets, Natsume took the long way. And while he saw it, Natsume did say that somebody in a green overcoat fell to the ground. But as it turns out, it was one of the other members of the jury, the old man, the grandpa. He actually slipped and fell on some ice. He gave himself a concussion. Somehow he's okay. I worry, but okay. And it's very likely, since he did ended up taking that other route, the longer route, it's likely that he freaked out seeing the old man fall and ran back to his house in fear, which I don't blame him. Like, I guess he just didn't know what to do. And especially since the old man fell, it would have looked suspicious. Fair enough, I guess. But the old man concussed, and we have 4 non-guilty, and the others are guilty, or they say they're guilty, and so Zeke's is big mad about it. Only to crush the disgust. Pray, forgive the discourtesy. Lord Ben Zeke's? It seems I must retract my earlier remark. What do you mean? I mistakenly credited these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful. Damn, he's just insulting everyone here, goddamn. Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer. Eh? Whatever do you mean?
Objection!
I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed. Stalwart juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement which you had excavated, sir? That's right. Took me off the whole day, and they paid me a measly tuppence for it. Yeah, sounds about right. Now, my learned Japanese friend, tell me, do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents? Well, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue. No, same. I am complete. Like, I can't think of things in 3D. Measurements and geometry, I was always fucking terrible at. But give me a word problem, and I can figure that shit out. I'm like the opposite of I have opposite reasons of hating math classes. 2 yards, it's a little less than 2 meters. That does not help, but okay. Thank you, Sasato. If they actually showed it, then I'll be like, okay. Less than 2 meters, that's not much at all. But he still avoided it. Like, he would still avoid it. He was carrying books, and he didn't want to drop him. So, can you really blame him for that? In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor. Yeah, but he doesn't have that kind of vigor, dude. Come on now, you know it. I know you have to argue this, but come on. Would you not agree, my stalwart friend? I have no idea what that means. Eh? Me? Well, I can't say you're wrong, no. What? But you just said that people avoided that role when y'all were doing that, so... Hello? Make it make sense! Oh, hey! So Tor apparently did a blurb from for the anthology that I'm doing. Hello? Hello, I'll link the article and I'll put it on the YouTube. But hey, reminder, if you want to pre-order my Gothic my BIPOC, because I'm part of this anthology. If you want to pre-order the BIPOC Gothic Anthology series book that's coming out in May, let me link it to you, and I'll be linking to you guys every YouTube video until it's time to call it quits, which won't be until May of next year. So make sure you get that in. You'll be supporting me, you'll be supporting other people of color, and you know, all that good stuff. And not only that, you'll get a swanky cool book. Who doesn't want books? God damn it, where are my peoples? Shit. Wait. No, hold on, I got the link. I gotta get the link. I will get the link in just a little bit. I want to make sure that I get it. No, why didn't you link it? What the fuck? I should really put that up. Yes, digest the books. Enjoy the books. No, what the fuck? Oh, okay. When they see, they saw the dead. That's what it's called. When they see us, they haunt publisher. Okay, cool. Anyways, once again, here is the link for pre-order. You can pre-order an ebook. You can pre-order the paperback. You can pre-order the audiobook version, which is amazing. Or, and if you have the means, buy all three. Pre-order all three. That's only if you have the means, of course. I'm not trying to force no one to do nothing, but yeah, like I said, just watch out for the YouTube description and feel free to pre-order. I'll be trying to plug this as much as I can remember too. I should just make it a Moobot thing. I'll do that later. It's gonna be a while before the pre-orders are closed anyways. What? And did you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the sight of your works? I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time. Dude, that's how accidents happen. That's how people get hurt. Hello? No coaches would have had a hope of passing them anyway, and we just turned any gentlefolk backward when they come. Kids just jump right over us all the time. But that's not— oh my god, but he's not a kid! The accused is no gentleman as far as I can see. Oh, shut up! Shut up! Shut your cute ass up! I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meanderings around town. But he wouldn't! That's the thing! Ah! Is that true? Is it? The incontrivable truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene. That could just be a coincidence. Oh my god! There could be no doubt that on his way back to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume walked down Friar Road. I crushed in a single sentence. This is bullshit. This is horseshit. Hello? And old man, old man, you can talk. You say that around 5 o'clock on the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Pray, was there a suspicious looking Nipponese behind you at the time? Oh, I can't say as I remember. Yeah, you gave yourself a concussion. How the fuck are you supposed to remember that? You don't remember? Again. He gave himself a concussion. Gave himself a concussion. Can you blame him? How about a wager, my learned friend? You say it was this old man that the accused saw, but I would lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it. Order! Lord Van Zix, explain yourself. My lord? If you had such a trenchant argument up your sleeve, why in the world did you not proffer it during the summation examination? He likes the drama of it all, let's be real. He just likes the drama of it all. Where's the blurb? I'm trying to find it. I was told there's a blurb here, but I don't know. I wanted to give this young foreign student the sightseeing experience he, no doubt, came for. I wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury is so readily swayed. But my hospitality has its limits. And they have been reached, I fear. So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. What? What are you talking about? My lord. The prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand. Granted. Bailiff, bring forth the witnesses. Oh God, who are we gonna meet? Who are we gonna see? Its next witnesses? Mr. Naruhodo, do you not remember? We've been told on several occasions that they were eyewitnesses to the incident. So much for the whole, oh, but nobody was around. So which is it? Are people around or not? Yes, I remember. One of them being a Scotland Yard policeman, no less. I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. Alright. No matter who Van Zieks brings to the stand as his witnesses, and no matter what they say, I believe in Soseki-san. I know he's innocent, and I'll keep believing that to the very end, until this battle is over. Hell yeah, Kane. Oh my God. Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court. Oh God, we got some characters here. Constable Roy Beats, sir. Nothing to report on the street, sir. And I'm Mrs. Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say that I'm this young town hero's wife. Okay, I gotta... Hold on. Is he drunk? I think he's sleepy. So I'll know. And I'm Mrs. Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town's wife's hero. Hero's wife. Ooh. What's the story here? Well, in truth, we've not been married long. Mrs. Beat, are you free Friday night? You're already seducing her? In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day. No, it was your husband I was asking about. He seems tired. Hardly surprising. Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world. Oh, really? Oh, Roy Beat. I don't get it. Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Indeed, apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know. They patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check the meters are reading true. And they're responsible for keeping the streets clean and lighting and extinguishing all street lights. I don't know why it came out like that, but it did. There are a number of items on that list that don't sound much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't just be falling asleep on my feet. I have collapsed long ago, yeah, right? There's just no way. I mean, for me personally, like, no. But it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he is off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat. For the London Bobby is a man of honor. Is he chewing on that thing? It looks like it's actually texturized to his head. And a man of slumber. On the day in question, This man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction, and they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Mrs. Beat? Are we sure he doesn't have a concussion? I'm sure. Well, if their grandpa can survive with a concussion, I don't see why not. But it is what it is, I guess. That's right, sir. Isn't it, Rolly? Rolly Beat. I don't get it. Constable Rolly Beat, sir. Nothing to report on the street, sir. What a great witness he's going to be. Very good. I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. And you will tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident. Yes, sir. I'm already getting a headache. How about you, chat? How are you guys feeling about these witnesses? It was our wedding anniversary and Polly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog in the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor. Then the other scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at the nearby police box. It was definitely that Japanese man on the dock. Rolly and I both saw him as clear as day. His wife is adorable. Send tweet. I mean, well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say. I don't know. It's a little too convenient. Hold on, I'm just checking something out. I will say. Oh dear. Oh dear. This policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsume at the scene. If their testimony is true, the alternative course of events that you established in the summation examination will be quashed. It's definitely in fact, because of that alternative was never viable in the first place. What an unfortunate chancing. And on your wedding anniversary too. Oh, I know, but I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that. Gosh, the life of a London Bobby sounds very hard indeed. Indeed. However, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon. What do you mean by that? My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. No, they're just being racist. They are testifying under oath that it was without doubt the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. No! And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less. So you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. No! Except the man's so tired his wife has to do all the talking. He's a Malewife, confirmed. Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense. Commence the cross-examination, please. Yes, my lord. Oh, boy. Was I away?
Hold it!
Why are you guys rushing? No time to change after work, you say? Are you also a member of the police, Miss Beat? Mrs. Beat? Ooh, we almost called her Miss. I was thinking for Ash. Oh no, sadly not. It's a job for strapping young men only because of sexism. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can't you? I think Rolly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down the ground, doesn't it, darling? Well, I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading back to the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there. Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy. No, Rolly. I much prefer you in uniform. Oh god, she's one of those. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy. I love that even Susato's like, yeah, that shit's not normal. Kindly adhere to the point. You were going for a meal after you finish your beat for the day, correct? That's right, sir. Yes, although I was a bit to drop, to be honest, after spending the whole day on my feet. But policing is my life, sir. As long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and my queen to the end. You better be serving this queen or Ash is gonna steal her. What's that now? My warrant card, sir. Proof that I'm a London copper. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to us policemen of our sworn duty. You sure are. To patrol the streets of London down and uphold the peace of the common man. Sir, and for such a noble cause, I cover 20 miles every single day without fail and without a grumble. And because I know that the plodding of my boots is all the Londoners need to hear to feel safe and secure. Sure, we'll go with that. So, fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it. But sir, just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. Beat puts up with a lot being married to a bobby like me. I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care. Oh my god, he really is a male wife. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. How awkward. Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold. If a little over the top, perhaps. Oh my god, you know what they are? They're actually the Pokemon couple that you fight random battles in. Oh my god. I'm yelling. Oh. Okay. And then, kindly describe what happened next. How do you suddenly appear?
Hold it!
How does that happen? Two silhouettes? That's right! They were coming towards us, walking up Briar Road in the opposite direction. Okay. There was a rather plump figure, followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. But Sosuke isn't thin. Okay, I'm sorry, buddy, but you're not. That he's not thin. I hate to say it like that, but he's just not. That does sound exactly like the victim as pictured in this print. And like Mr. Natsume. He's not. He really's not. No. You're gonna be the next person on the stand in a second. Shaking my head. Yes, unfortunately it does. And you're certain at the time there was nobody else nearby? Yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there are streetlights on Briar Road, you see. There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling? What? Yes, that's right. Of course there was a light fog on the ground. But Briar Road is dead straight, and you can see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. I didn't see any pedestrians. Before Sing takes a firm hold, your answer please, Mr. Beat. Are you quite sure of what you just said? Yes, sir. As a couple who spends all day, every day keeping watch on the streets, I'd swear to it, sir. I'm as sure my love for Patricia is true. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Oh my God. You're still maintaining there is no one else around other than the victim and the attacker. It's starting to seem like it's starting to seem like that must be how it really happened. It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run. Well, that didn't stop Mr. Natsume, didn't it? He fled the scene all too convincingly. Oh, brother. She's like, I'm tired of this heterosexuality. Thank you. I believe you have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now. What happened to in that crucial moment that followed? All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor.
Hold it!
Why would they scatter? What did they scatter? Scatter something. What do you mean by that? Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. But then, when we got closer, we realized what it was. Didn't we, darling? Oh yes, that's right. It was some old books. I see. Old books. Yes, sir. The culprit had dropped a number of them all around where the victim lay on the pavement. Indeed, as clearly pictured in this photographic print. That rotten Japanese man did that when he did the deed.
Hold it!
That doesn't make sense. He would have kept it. He would honestly, he would have stolen it. If you're gonna be racist, go for the full 9 at least. Oh wait, no, I didn't say anything. Let's not forget that it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker. But we saw him. It was a man in the dock without question, sir. Oh. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the taut mouth, the snub nose, everything. I hate this. I hate this man. Any more insults you want to throw in? Hell yeah. That's right. He looked down at the poor defenseless woman with those terrifying, intense eyes. And then he suddenly threw his books on the pavement and ran away. But that doesn't make sense. If he's a literature guy, he wouldn't have done that. Hello? I see. This is tough. They seem as though they're telling the truth here, but they're not. They can't be. I don't think they're, chat. What do you think? Do you think they're telling the truth? Or do you think they were fed lies? Racist lies. May I remind the court that this unambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife. Even more reason to be suspicious. Now please, continue. Yes, sir! You ran straight over. What did you see? What exactly did you see? Was it your husband who went to fetch help? No, I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I am the proud wife of one after all. Well, technically it's coming more from the wife than the actual policeman. That is true, but she is that type, if you know what I mean. Isn't that right, my darling? What? Oh, yes, that's right. I asked Mrs. B to go. I was off duty by that point. But Bobby's never truly off duty, of course. Oh, I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene. Okay, so now we have actual proof. Sleepy Joe here. Hey, Mega Billiam, how you doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing good. Get some water real quick, but how you doing? We're in the trial session of the Japanese dude. So once again, people are just being racist and shit. Hopefully you're doing well. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Hopefully you're all bundled up if you're cold anyway. If it's cold where you are. Okay, I was like, wait. So there is a chance because this guy. Okay, so this guy does a lot of shit. there is a possibility that someone could have fucked up with the crime scene. What does chat think? Very laudable, Mr. Beat. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription, Mega Billion. And for 10 months too. Wow. Wow! I got some loyalty in here. And I love you guys for it. I love every single one of you guys for it. Oh yeah. For solving single crime is a task of considerable importance. They must be looking at, yeah, right? They have to be looking at a different crime scene. That's why I said Patricia, you see? I told her where to find the right police box. Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box? Depends on the crime's location, you see, as to who deals with it. Where the woman was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat. So I told Patricia the way to the police box, the beat the incident fell under, so she could go and report it. I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the bully on duty. There is nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know? I mean, you're right, but like, you need to chill, miss. And thanks to your swift response, the case was very quickly resolved. The actions of 2 model citizens. Man, now you're just glowing. Oh, please. You're making us blush, isn't he, darling? Yes, sir! What Patricia said, sir! Let's move on, shall we? Everything about this is fucking vague and it's really fucking annoying. No, you just said that you could... I'm tired! But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas streetlights, would you? We absolutely could! Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know! I hate this woman. I don't like her. Right. The light from the street lamps was more than enough. And my husband already told you the fog was only light, didn't he? It's still a fog. For all you know, you probably could have been transported to fucking Silent Hill and you wouldn't know the damn difference. Yes. And what of the fog? We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live with it, of course. Oh, it is! When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm. Yes. Alright, I take your point. Now, could you stop shaking your husband about? The constant fog makes our eyes very sharp, you see. Oh, shut up! That's why we can tell you for sure and certain that it was the little Japanese man we saw. Can't we, darling? What? Yes, it was the accused, no mistake. The mustache, the hunched back, the cat-like eyes, the taunt mouth does not move. Unmistakable, sir! As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. They didn't see shit! It was Soseki-san they saw running away from the scene of the crime. But no, but then they would have noticed his bloodshot eyes if they supposedly have such good eyesight. So this is it? This is their entire testimony? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Beat saw what they really saw. But they didn't! We know they didn't! Mr. Natsume running away from the scene on Briar Road that day. I keep wanting to say Briar Road, and I know why. I need to like really remember that this is not the Sleeping Beauty. This is something else entirely different. Yes, I feel the same. So if that's true, where does it leave us? The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony. Oh no! Then what do we do? If Kazuma-sama were here? What are you trying to say? I think he would try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony. What do you mean, somewhere else? Their statement about seeing Mr. Natsumi is unequivocal. Calling that into the question won't help. But if you can identify some other part of the testimony which appears to contradict the facts, you might be able to discredit them, to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of the day is accurate. Oh. Right. Put simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in these statements somewhere. If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable conclusion. Why do I always seem to be so up against it? That's how it is.
Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something?
Oh, yes, of course. What is it?
Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so... it seems like you don't believe our testimony. Is that right? Is it? Well, out with it.
What? No. Oh no, it's really not that at all.
My husband's a policeman, remember? And I knew what I saw. I remember every last detail. Everything. Like... Oh, I know. What about the books the man dropped? I could tell you the names of every single one I could. Every single one. And you dare to question how reliable my testimony is?
What is she going on about?
That will do, Mr. B. No, it won't do at all. That Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of.
Ash, this is your wife.
Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think for a minute that Rolly will.
I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please, put your husband's fist down. Perhaps you would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Mrs. Beat? Might that appease you?
Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle nicely.
Y'all hear something? No! Not that y'all hear something.
Wouldn't it, darling? I couldn't even tell you the names of the 4 books he dropped at the scene.
Then tell us! Why are you... Yes, we know that there were books dropped at the scene of the crime, as you say. Those purchased by the accursed, I really called him the accursed. Those purchased by the accused at the nearby second-hand bookshop on the day in question.
After I'd been to the police box for help, I decided to have a good look over the area for good measure. I am a proud policeman's wife, after all. I did it for Rolly.
And what was your husband doing at the time? I bet his ass was sleeping. I bet you his ass was sleeping.
Oh, he was lying face down in the snow, getting some well-deserved rest.
I called it. Oh my god, he fucking fell asleep in the snow? Hello? What? Cat? What do you think? I'm yelling. I'm screaming. He is not okay. Yeah, he is not okay.
He works ever so hard, you know. Ever so hard. Don't you, my darling?
Interesting way of guarding the scene of the crime. Well, Mrs. Beat, seeing as you regaled the court with tales of your powers of recollection, would you be so kind as to recount the titles of the books you observed at the scene?
I'd be happy to. Now, are you all listening? There was the picture of Monsieur somebody or other, and what's it, yearnings? And then there was a meal for someone, and the last one was definitely the Thingummy something. You see? That is useless! This woman here! Oh my god!
Chat, what do you think? Yes, I see there are one or two holes in your memory.
Oh, well, they were along those lines, I'm quite sure.
There were indeed books found at the scene with titles along those lines, as you put it.
Then, what did I tell you? So I think it's very mean the way you've been implying that my testimony can't be trusted. Don't you agree, darling?
Anyone who upsets my Patricia will have me to answer to. Oh my god, he's got a gun! Hello? In the courtroom? Oh my god. Terrifying.
It's just like, what?
Yes, she really is. Wait a minute, so that's it? Is it? That's their entire testimony, so this whole thing. Hold on. Okay, so she said there's this book. 1, 2. I mean, they're not gonna acknowledge you pulling the gun. Yeah, they're not gonna acknowledge it. It's too exhausting. It's too exhausting to comment on it, to be honest. Wait a minute. That's what I was thinking. Like, wait a minute. She said something pretty off there, you guys. She said there were 4 books, right? But obviously there were like, what? 3? He bought 3 books. But then, hold on. Why is there's only 3 books here? So what is the other book up front? Did they really just take 1 picture? Hold on, this is kind of sassy here. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I hate to admit it, but I'm hearing the testimony. It really does seem okay. That doesn't leave us. The members of the jury. Okay, so no. Okay, so we gotta go through the statement again. Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay, so what I did. Yeah. Okay, so Sato, I get it. Oh my god. Miss. Oh, it was your anniversary. It was definitely the Japanese guy. I could even tell you the name of the 4 books. Okay, so I want her to explain this then. Is the other book like in front of her then? That's what I want to know. So you're saying that there were 4 books?
That's right. I remember all of them. The picture of Monsieur somebody, what's it, yearnings, a meal for someone, and the Thingummy something.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Beat. But there is a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours.
Oh no! What flaw?
Simply that, at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4.
What?
Have a good look at this photographic print at the scene of the crime. As you can clearly see, there are only 3 books.
But no, that can't be. I saw them. I know what it is. yes, you can't fool me.
Sorry?
It's a big old lump of a dead body.
She's not dead. Hello?
The lady's so large, her corpse is blocking the view of the fourth book, that's all.
Wow, you're fucked up. Let's at least try to remember that the poor woman isn't dead, even if we're insulting her size. No, I'm sorry, Mrs. Beans. But Mr. Natsume could not possibly have dropped the 4 books you described.
Why not?
Fascinating. And from your assured too, something you can readily substantiate with evidence. I presume? Yes, we can actually. Evidence. Counsel, you will present evidence to substantiate your claim or withdraw it. What proof do you have that the accused did not drop the 4 books? Simple as that, Lil. Let's look at it first. Look, Duke, remember, that's right, we went over it earlier too. I was thinking too, I was like, huh, that was a bit odd, right? So,
Take that!
hell yeah, King, go for it! The evidence is right here, in the form of this bookshop receipt. From your books? Yes, this receipt details Mr. Natsume's purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed.
No.
Therefore, Mr. Natsume would have only dropped 3 books at the scene of the crime. Which means that your powers of observations, madam, cannot be relied upon. So it cannot be denied that though you say it was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No.
Objection!
Shut your bitch ass up. I'm gonna fucking fight your ass. Holy shit. It's toupee. It's plainly evident that it is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon, my learned Nipponese friend. What? What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running from the scene. A fact you know very well you could have no hope of disproving. Oh, I swear, if he pulls the book out of his ass, I will be so fucking pissed. If he does that bullshit, if he's gonna pull that Edric bullshit, I would be mad. So, you striving to avert attention away by the dint and some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair? Yeah, the updated receipt. Not the updated receipt. Ugh. He sees right through me. But your plan has somewhat recoiled against you. What are you talking about? Exactly, what are you talking about? And again, if he updates the receipt, I'm gonna be mad. It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. To the policeman's wife and her entirely accurate testimony in every respect.
Ooh.
You see, the matter is now up for debate. At the scene of Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found.
Objection!
No, that's not reflected in the picture. But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books. Quite right. Only 3 can be seen in that print. That print? You mean, oh my god, an updated print? What? You mean to say? Stop throwing your glasses, sir. It's getting annoying. Allow me to present another. One that shows the victim's hand. Are you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? Hello, Unholy. That's not legal at all, but also an ace attorney. Yeah, it really is. I am yelling. Welcome to the stream where we're getting our asses updated on the fucking autopsy report. Enjoy. Oh god, I hate this. Fuck. I don't believe it. It's the fourth book. As you will observe, the fourth book was hidden from view in the original print by the victim's torso. And I was just speculating that the fourth book was in front of her, and it actually is. Oh, you've been here for a while? You just don't... Oh, no, feel free to chat, Unholy. You know, we're here to vibe. We're here to have a good time and get silly here. You know? But if you're vibing well on being silly, that's totally valid too. Just as long as you are just as comfy. Because I won't feel good knowing that you're not comfy. But I fucking hate this. I was just speculating too. I was literally just guessing that there was another book somewhere hidden. And of course there is. And of course Van Seeks is going to be the one to fucking tell us. I hate it here. I fucking hate it here. No. No! Order! Order! There! You see? You see? Look at that! Look, look, look! I'm really starting to get annoyed by this girl. This is your wife. Come get your wife, Ash. Yes.
It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling?
Yes, sir. Patricia's always right, sir. Well, at least he's a proper Malewife. Let us study the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. He only... Excuse me, that is the cop's wife. Oh, okay. So now you're saying that's not your wife anymore. Okay, Ash, I see how it is. Mrs. Beat. The titles once again, if you please.
Oh, yes, of course. The picture of Monsieur somebody or other.
A picture of Monsieur Liquor? I have no idea if I'm pronouncing these names right.
What's it? Yearnings?
Canterbury Yearnings. Oh, so he's just correcting her.
A meal for someone?
A meal for Gabriel, in fact. As the court has just heard, the witness remembers the book titled flawlessly, save for a few minor details. Mrs. Beat's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional.
Did you hear that, Rolly? The gentleman paid me a compliment.
Yes, sir. Flawless, sir. Patricia is flawless. But there are only 3 books on the receipt, and Mrs. Beat mentioned 4. That's the point. That's the point of contention. Don't tell me that fucking. Oh, please, I'm begging you. Please, don't go to another bookstore and buy another book with the same fucking title. There's just no fucking way. There's nothing surprising about that. Clearly, the 4th book is that which is shown in this photographic print. I'm sorry, Counsel, but does that not seem odd? Why should the 4th book be omitted from the receipt? Because he didn't buy it, you fuck! It's not odd at all, my lord. As the photograph clearly shows, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, it belongs to the victim. Okay, at least they didn't say that he planted it there. I would have really lost my shit. The victim was holding her own book? I wonder what became of that 4th book. Obviously, it was overlooked by the investigating officers at Scotland Yard. We have it right here. Yeah, we have it right here. I have it here as evidence. I fucking hate it here, you guys. You will submit that and the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, Counsel. It's up his ass. It really is, though. I hate it here. My pleasure, my lord. I hate it here. Alliance Pride? let me look at this in a bit. I'll look at it in a bit. Once it gives me a chance. The prosecution arrest. Yeah, rest your damn mouth. What? Actually, I want to look at this book first. Alright, so let's... Hold on. Hello? What the fuck? Oh, look at this. This book has been badly burnt. You're right. You'd never be able to read it in this state, especially not the latter pages. What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently. Book. Recently damaged by fire. Why does that seem a red... You know what? You could be right, Ash. But then how would it get outside? Why does it seem... Okay, yeah. Like, but why would that be outside? That doesn't make... Okay, but then again, this is Ace Attorney. There's all kinds of stupid shit in here. Okay, so... I mean, that... But then how come it look... Okay, yeah, now I see it. Oop. Okay, so I actually can... Okay, there's nothing we can actually examine. But like I said, this is a very bloodless stabbing. Something ain't right, you guys. I have nothing further to add. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You're gonna pull something more out of your ass, aren't you? What? You seem surprised, my learned friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious longer route to the accused lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination. Futile? I walked right into this, didn't I? Wait, hold on. I'm getting a brain blast. Remember that weird-ass motherfucker that we ran into, like, at the end of the last episode? Like, this weird Shakespearean ass, we were villain ass, this villain's ass looking motherfucking ass. The one Ash wants to cosplay, or just really, really likes. What if he did it? Oh my god, that would be a twist. That would be one hell of a twist. I'm just getting water real quick, but quick game theory. You want to cosplay it? Yo, I don't know. I just remember you were really liking him a lot. But, the only way for that book to come out of that house from the guy's thingy after being, slapped by his wife is for someone to pick it up and to take it outside. So we never established when this occurred. I just know that for a fact that the fire happened while this was happening. Somebody was being stabbed. So, well, damn. What that means? Hold on. That's a lot of finessing. Ooh, that was a weird burp. There it goes. Actually, maybe not. Now that I look at it, because assuming that he comes over here, because I highly doubt this man's going to want to interact with any of the construction workers. So he'll come here, assuming what Mr. Natsumi, I mean, we know that he's not guilty. But, what if, okay, so this is blocked off. We're just going to say this is blocked off. So he's vibing and thriving. He's thinking about his books. He got his books, and then boom. The old man gives himself a concussion. He bolts it. And meanwhile, while he's bolting it, this motherfucker, the Shakespearean motherfucker, the incident with the accusations of infidelity happens. The fire goes, oh no, the fire burns the books. Maybe the guy that we ran into, this is just a game theory, that he picks it up and drops it off right after, because this has to take more, because if that was the case, one, if if they saw Mr. Natsume, they were going the opposite direction. They were going most likely coming from this direction. Yeah, they're coming from this direction and saw the incident. So what most likely happens, like, again, he's walking. This is Mr. Natsume now. He's walking down. Oh no, son, the old man gave himself a concussion. He bolts it. He runs, and just as he's turning around this corner and running, that man must be really fast. I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is to scale. I mean, obviously it's not to scale, but it's more like, is it less, is it this wide or is it more squishy? Point being, he's running, and right as the stabbing happens, he sees the shit. Then that's when the couple sees the Japanese guy. And then when they saw him, obviously he's going to run even more. He ran right inside the lodgings. And because there was a fog, you know, as much as the girl is like, "Oh my god, you know, we have superior eyesight, bitch, please." She saw somebody getting stabbed. But while the guy was knocked out, that's when the guy the actual guy went inside the lodgings, picked up the book, came back out and dropped it off, and then fucked off while Mr. Natsume was running around, and that's when the girl sees him. And that's when she's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be a little racist." And so that's my game theory. It's convoluted as fuck. I can't talk, but hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Point being, the guy was set up. This is a setup.
You see? Everything we've said is true. Isn't that right, my darling? Yes, Pat. Marry me, Pat.
Y'all are married, aren't you?
So, perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury will like to reconsider their positions? Should the court waste any more time on this Nipponese travesty? Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already?
I hate this. No!
You have heard all of the witnesses and seen all of the evidence. This trial has run its course.
Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid we're in a terribly precarious position.
I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, I could very well just make matters worse, and that is why we're gonna save.
Just in case.
Take Kurosuke, think.
What do you do now? We're raising an objection.
Objection!
We're not done. I'm not done yet.
No, my learned friend. It's over. What are your theories right now, chat, on who did it? Did Mr. Natsume did it? Or is the way that I said? Or, I don't know, is he actually guilty? I honestly doubt. I don't think he is, but you never know. That last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast. There is no more room for debate. Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but I can't think of what to say. If I may, Lord Van Seeks, it seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point.
Your insignificant little eastern isle must be a lawless hole indeed.
Can we stop? I hate this.
For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene in a moment like this.
Oh. Don't do it. Call him out, Queen. Chop him up, Queen. Just grab Renosuke's sword. Have at it. Leave the leggy. Keep the leggy intact. But just cut up the rest of the body. No one will know. Everyone will understand. I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you will have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential, and her opinions invaluable. Mr. Naruhodo. One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance. So, the court will hear you, madam. Uh-huh. I wish y'all would exercise that more often. Go ahead, Mrs. Sato. Please. Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further? Right? I'm saying, like, this grandpa, this Santa Claus is full of shit. Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished. I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you? Once again, I went ahead and did things faster. Whatever. Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think? You're doing great. It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. It is, Queen. It is, and you are so right. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible. Yes, I understand. And thank you, Mrs. Sato. This is it. Sato-san has managed to win us one last chance here. I can't let it go to waste. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord. Do the leggy. Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers a profound insight into this case that has hitherto been overlooked. Well, the book. Again, we just looked at it.
Take that!
The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
We have already discussed the fourth book in length. It's shit. I would not recommend reading it. Other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no certificates had been attached to it. Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know. No, we're right. We are right about this. No! Shut the fuck up! Yes, I'm afraid, counsel, I must concur with the prosecution of this matter. When I afforded you this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in the question contained a hitherto undiscovered clue. So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You will identify this clue at once. Do I make myself clear? Is that a... Did I mess it up? Oh, yes, my lord. I'm hearing the dings, but I am so confused. It's, Mr. Naruhodo? I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence, which means you may very well be on the right track. Yes, I think you may be right. So, counsel, precisely where is the vital clue to this case in which his fourth book conceals?
Got it!
Right there. I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What do you... Good gracious! It's been burnt to a crisp. So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It is undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing.
Objection!
Shut your bitch ass up for real. Unnatural, you say? And what's unnatural is the amount of racism in this game. No, I'm kidding. It's way too realistic. And what of it, my Nipponese friend? Oh. Were I to concede the point, if it bears no relation to the case, there is nothing to discuss. So, should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day? Pray, do enlighten us all. What truth does this charred book hide? A charred book. There is just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. Like I said, like, it does seem plausible, right? That someone would go in there, but it's an outside chance, certainly, but it's worth a try. Alright, I'll explain my theory, my game theory. Don't keep us waiting any longer then, Council. Explain this theory of yours. What are you suggesting that you could ascertain from the fire damage that the sorry tomb has suffered? Nope, not the content, not the shop that sold it, but its owner. My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the book's owner. I beg your pardon? But we already knew who the book belongs to. No, we don't. You don't, bitch. The victim was gripping it in her hand as she fell to the floor, after all. It's obviously hers. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand has yet to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers. Good gracious, how could you possibly? Very well, I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry. Counsel, the defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of the trial. So tell the court, who do you claim the owner of this burnt book is? I'm gonna call this bitch out. Fuck her! The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. To a certain Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb. Well, technically we're calling both of them out, but the landlords? And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Mrs. Garrideb herself. Oh my goodness! Me? I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garrideb's wife. I'm his maid. Things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense. No one gives a shit. Alright then how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book, Mr. Garrideb's house? I would never presume to know all of the books he keeps, sir.
Objection!
Oh my god. This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accuser's landlady, you say? You implicate this hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. I love that he's more offended at the fact that this woman is married to that man than the fact that, you know, the married couple is having her cosplay as a maid. I don't know why that's so hilarious to me, but it is. That's how it be, I guess. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just getting a little bit of water. I'm getting a little tired of this man and his bullshit. Oh god. It's a lot. What can I say? Okay. Your actions are unforgivable. Oh, shut up. You're so fucking dramatic. Like, you're hot and all, but holy fuck. This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place. in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Gardeb's house. Good lord! What sort of incident, counsel? A fire, my lord. Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. Is that book all the lion bullshit? You know, I just took psychic damage from that, Ash, and I hope you're proud of reminding me about that whole thing. I hate things. I fucking hate it. No. I think you may be right. I think you... Wait a minute. I swear to God. It's called the Lion's Pride. I love Herlock. Oh my God. Why are you booing you? You're right. I'm not booing you. I'm booing Herlock. Because he's so hot. I fucking hate it here. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. Worst of all, I lost my favorite. Book called The Lion's Pride. Thanks, I fucking hate it. Same, Zeeks. Goddamn same. The Lion's Pride. By Jove, the very same title that's the subject of this debate. Oh, dear me.
Objection!
This is risible. How do you say that word? This is risible. All you told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in the fire. But that's way too coincidental. That is way too much of a coincidence to disclaim it. You fucking hot idiot. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. Well, he didn't necessarily say he lost it, right? And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself onto the scene of the crime. Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Without going into details, it appears that Mrs. Gardeb was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Gardeb even amid the flames. Oh, how awful! I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love. Can you, Rolly? Absolutely not, sir! My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir! Boy, you are not. You need to wake the fuck up, literally. Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, there was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke. Then the wife started hurling things at me. There was I, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary box coming 10 to the dozen. So, wait, didn't they open the window? Didn't they say they opened the window? The man had his back against the window, and he had burning books thrown at him? Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book was thrown through the window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime?
Objection!
I don't think that's the case. No. A thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted at the very evening of the incident, and there is no report of the Gardeb's window pane being broken. That's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Gardeb household. But is it not conceivable that the window was... Oh, you're right! They could have opened it! That the window was open at the time, and... Not even remotely! Let us not forget the season and the chilling weather that it accompanies it. But if there's a fire, why, cold weather be damned. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. Does the defense postulate seeing this scenario in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile drilled by Mr. Garridib's wife? No, I don't think it is. I believe it is a possibility, my lord. I don't know. I don't think that's right. That's quite enough. Wait, who said that? I hope that everyone can see you for what you are now, you little fool and trickster. Oh, fuck off! You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward. How is he a coward? What? Really? Claiming that our little tip set the whole neighborhood alight. Honestly. What are you on about? He really needs to start using the sword, right? Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? That's what you're mad about? It's nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. And all you've done is sully our family's name. You're doing that yourself. No, I assure you that was never my intention. Dragging an upstanding citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense. I should box your ears, that's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable. Okay, lady, you need to chill. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're a fucking jury member. Fuck off, like, for real. To right. Here we go. How long have we sat here now, listening to this Nipponi spouting out his fancy foreign theories? But, think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could have possibly stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with the mustache. And he ran away from the scene too. Okay. If he was the one who supposedly did it, then he wouldn't be a thin guy. He has a hunchback. People with hunchbacks don't look very thin, even as a silhouette. These fucking people, I'm so tired of them. She wants to throw hands with the guy that has the sword on him right now, right? This woman has the. I wish I had this woman's confidence, and that's all I'm gonna say. You know, if you know what's up, you know what's up. And I'm tired of this man. I'm tired of this banker. Holy shit!
I do declare you're right. It's true.
Yes. What did I tell you? Makes sense to me.
Sorry. What's that?
Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van Zeeks? So no leggy? In truth, my lord, I fear these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then, one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage. No! Wait! The mystery of the fourth book still has been... Leggy! We got leggy, guys! If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time. We barking in the chat right now. I hate everything about this case, though. This case fucking sucks. What? No forgive the discourtesy this time? In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
Guilty!
Guilty.
I hate this.
Guilty.
Really?
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Thank you for that ambiguous response. Guys, I don't know what to fucking do here. I don't know. What are your thoughts so far? How the fuck are we gonna turn the case around if they're already gonna be against us? All we're saying that it's just a possibility that the book came from the sensation. We're not accusing them of anything. We literally said it's a possibility. That means there are other possibilities. Well, I understand that these people are supposed to be dumb as fuck. It's getting a little... This is frustrating as fuck. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? That's twice now. It's over. Mr. Naruto, don't give up! Miss Sato? She's the only one who knows. Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet. You're now suggesting... Of course, the defense has to write to another summation examination at this point. The law never says you only have to have one. You can still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance. My lord, the defense asked to exercise its right for another summation examination. I believe you still have tricks up your sleeve. I don't intend to trick anyone. I intend to uncover the truth. This is no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Oh my fucking god. You know what? This whole thing is getting me stressed. I have writing to do. Apparently, I've been doing a lot of night writing for NaNoWriMo. So we're gonna save here and continue on Friday, where we take down, hopefully, I am begging you, and I am begging on my hands and knees, that we will get this shit done. What in the goddamn? I know, Ash. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And to everyone who showed up, especially Mayabilium for the subscription for 10 months. 10-month subscription. And once again, if you haven't already, make sure you pre-order my anthology. It comes out in May next year. You know, all that fun stuff. Make sure you can, like I said, you can pre-order the paperback, the audiobook, or the ebook. Or you could get all three if you got the monies for it. Again, no pressure, but it would be an honor to have you guys support me in that way as well. I love you guys. Bye. Oh, let me just get out of here. We're not... No, don't do this. Yeah, we'll just cancel. We'll just leave it here for now. Once again, I love you guys so much. Bye.